A group of lawmakers tasked with determining if South Dakota's top law enforcement officer is guilty of an impeachable offense spent nearly 5 hours questioning and listening to testimony from experts who investigated the crash that killed Joe Beaver. Today's impeachment hearing for Attorney General Jason Ravnsborg included testimony from the South Dakota Public Safety, the North Dakota BCI, and a crash reconstruction expert from Wyoming. Live on the Night Beat, KELOLAND's Dan Santella looks at the testimony, specifically the chilling details from the Highway Patrol trooper who filed the crash report. Good evening, Dan.
Don, the latter part of the meeting that concluded about 8:20 behind these doors behind me focused on a few different points. One of them was the point of impact. Another big point brought up and discussed was exactly where Ravnsborg was driving. John Daly, president of Jackson Hole Scientific Investigations out of Wyoming, told lawmakers that he had gone over the overall investigation.
The vehicle was being driven on the shoulder. I agree with the conclusion that the vehicle drove across with both sets of wheels, drove across the rumble strip.
Trooper John Byrne of the South Dakota Highway Patrol, who filed the crash report, highlighted a specific distance for the lawmakers on the committee.
Attorney General Ravnsborg doesn't make a significant break to stop. It takes him 614 feet to stop. That is not normal.
That, he says, is far from what you might expect.
The normal stopping distance on that is, I calculated it, and I don't want to guess, but I want to say it was less than 200 feet. It's significantly less than 614 feet. Why does it take a person to stop so long? Generally, it's a distraction.
Byrne then presented the legislators with another question.
Why is he driving on the shoulder? He's not just driving on the shoulder a little ways. Based on what I show and what the calculations show is that he's driving so far on the shoulder that he's almost going into the ditch when he strikes Mr. Beaver. To drive that far onto the shoulder, to take that far to stop, to say that you never saw the person and their face came through your windshield, I'm sorry, but that's a distraction.
Lawmakers and the public also heard from various members of the South Dakota Department of Public Safety, including Secretary Craig Price. This continues tomorrow. Reporting live in Pierce, South Dakota, Dan Santella, KELOLAND News.
All right, thanks a lot, Dan. And Dan will be in Pierre again tomorrow as our team coverage of Ravnsborg impeachment hearings continue. Tomorrow's meeting is scheduled for 3:30 in the afternoon. KELOLAND News will have live stream the meeting, and you can follow along via a live blog from digital reporter Eric Mayer.